Very good morning. Good morning to one and all present here. I welcome you all to the platform of Shiksha Kranti. And today I have with me Mr. Kailash sir. जैसे कि हमारे शिक्षा क्रांति एनजीओ की एक परंपरा रही है कि जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ से पढ़कर जाते हैं और पढ़ने के बाद वह जो भी उन्होंने यहाँ सीखा होता है उसे अपने जीवन में सुचारू रूप से चलाते हैं। और सत्यन स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस में जैसे कि स्किल्स और वैल्यूज़ को देने का कार्य किया जाता है बिकॉज स्किल्स मेक अस earning being. I want to know, when did you start your journey in Satyan School of Languages?
I first came here in if I remember correctly, 2005. So thereon, I started my association with Satyan School of Languages.
Sir, how long did your course go? English speaking course.
Yeah. The course was meant for 4 months though, initially, but I kept on coming because I wanted to learn English. So it was not easy for me to learn or master a language in mere 4 months. So I kept on coming, and my association and bond has been very strong with this school of language and the organization.
And you only came for learning English only?
Yeah, because earlier it used to be a school of languages. Our teacher used to teach 4 European languages. So that's why I came here. I joined the institute for learning English.
How did you start the journey of English learning?
I got inspired by English cricket commentator. I also want to speak like them because I used to enjoy their commentary a lot on radio, on TV, because I have always been a great fan of this sport, cricket. So I wanted to learn, and with some connection, I got to know about this institute and took admission, and this is how I started.
I also want to know from you that what were the barriers that you faced during your initial day of your learning?
Because I came from a farming family where English was not part of the family. We have nothing to do with a foreign language. So such was the hurdles. Otherwise it was fine. The environment in the institution could make up for this. You might be asking that I want to influence people with the skill of language.
Did you want?
No, actually, definitely, because if you see the kind of prevalence this language has got world over, you definitely want to learn this language because it's called global language. English is is a language that is spoken world over. Every part of the world has English speaking communities, so you find it easy to communicate with people. So everywhere you find it, media, social media, everywhere this language plays very important part. So we don't have any other choice but to learn this language.
Now let's come to you. Like you said that you are a farmer and you practice your learning language with these things, these social things. Society is your university. So I want to know from you that if we do not have to perform these languages with academic things, so how can we find interest in language?
I'm not here to promote English language in particular. If you have interest in any language, definitely you have that, inspiration, zeal to learn it. It could be any language. We may not be good at Hindi, despite having been born in this part of the world. We may not be very good at Hindi. So we can have this inspiration, or we can have this, zeal in us to master Hindi also. But
sir, like at that moment of time when you came to Satyan School of Languages, did sir tell you about skills and values?
Yeah, amazingly. It's very, surprising though, that a person who teaches 4 European languages used to give too much emphasis on the values. That was, a very striking part though at that time, and thereon I saw so many phases of the organization, how it evolved. But at that time it also used to be a very a strong statement from my sir that that student follow social values, and he used to give lecture for hours on moral values and it was the part of the class. It used to be the part of the class.
Did you get bored with these classes sometimes? Like I see that when sir teaches us about moral values, ethical values, how should we behave, sometimes student get bored with these things. Student wants from sir just to speak only foreign language and behave like just foreigners.
It was a kind of new thing for me. I got myself exposed to an environment where such thing were taught. In my school, the teacher used to be concerned about their subjects only. They taught, and we didn't have at that time this subject moral education. So I got, as I told you, exposed to a new thing where there used to be learning with moral value, where a teacher keeps on giving emphasis on moral values.
At that time, did you guys do cleanliness campaigns?
After a few years of my joining, this school evolved into an organization, Global Education Sensitization Mission (GASM). So it happened very late, and with the evolution of the organization, we also tried to give our part to the organization.
And how did you do cleanliness at that time? Through picking up kachra or through attending any seminars? Two words.
We used to carry, a megaphone, and with that megaphone, we tried to urge people not to litter, and we used to pick up wrappers with our bare hands. So this is how we started. Slowly, we started our campaign in entire Solan city, and everyone started to know us, who we exactly were. So there have been very great experience during those cleanliness campaigns.
Sir, as you said that you had done very hard work in order to make people understand and aware about these cleanliness campaigns. I want to know that these cleanliness campaigns, are they playing a role of awareness in today's society? Are people more aware about cleanliness than earlier?
Definitely, because basically we are talking about littering a place, and it is about tendency. It's not that people are not knowledgeable enough that they don't know the harm of throwing wrappers here and they know, but it had become a tendency, and so to break this tendency, to jolt people, we launched this operation of our Swachhtagrah, and it was a great success. Initially, people took us just as another organization, but slowly they started taking us seriously and started taking part in our campaigns, and this is how we grew as strong organization.
Sir, my last question from you, that you started your journey in Satyam School of Languages as a student of a language. Then you became a volunteer of a cause of cleanliness. Now you are for us a guest lecturer who has many things for us to share with. I want from you to know that what are the learnings that you learn from this School of Languages, and what are the things that you want to eliminate in the students.
As a human being, this organization, this School of Language is a very strong part of my life. I cannot take this part away from myself, my life. And I have been very fortunate that I have been with so many intelligent guys. My mentor nourished us, greatly, because a person who comes from village and then he is able to utter a few words in English is kind of transformation. So I cannot take this, this organization out of my life, and I try to practice the value I have been instilled with in my day-to-day life.
Thank you, sir. It is an honor for me to talk to you. Before I end my session, I want you to give students, learner, a message from the side of a student.
It's like asking too much, especially from the person like me. I may not have any message, but I would say that this organization is doing things very honestly for the welfare of our society and nation at large. So, join this organization, take part in the campaigns, and our teacher and founder of this organization has very broad idea about cleanliness, swachhta. So it's not easy to just see interviews and fathom the idea of swachhta. He is taking with himself. So he has very broad meaning of swachhta. So if you can connect through media or physically connect to the organization, it will be a wonderful thing for anyone. And as you are asking to give message to the student, I would say they are lucky ones to have this opportunity to be a part of this organization.
So last question again coming to my mind, like from the eyes of student, I can think that sometimes when taking part in campaign, cleanliness campaign with an organization, sometimes it becomes distraction for students. We think that it becomes distraction. So at that time, students used to think that it is distraction for us. When you were the student of Satyan School of Languages and when you were in cleanliness campaign, some of them would think that it was distraction for their learning. So what do you think that? Is it?
No, it's reverse is true. It adds to your learning.
Okay, sir.
Actually, if you go to your PT class in school, it is not a distraction. It adds to your learning. It gives you, opportunity to learn some physical education. So same is the part. It's if we want to develop as a good personality in our life, we should learn such thing, and we should start learning about cleanliness at very early age, if possible. So it adds to your learning rather than being a distraction for you.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you, sir. It has been an honor for me talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you,
for
sir.
providing me with such opportunity to talk to you.
And thank you for sparing such a precious time of
Thanks a lot.
you for us. So that is all for today. And he is Kailash sir, and he has shared his experience with Satyan School of Languages, and he has given many valuable things that only come up with experience. And he also told us about how his journey of learning and what were the hurdles that came in his journey of learning and how he overcome that hurdle. He explained very briefly. So that's all from our side, and hope you will add good things in your learning. And at last, I want to say that communication should culminate in self-realization. That is all from our side. Thank you for being with us. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Vishwa.